kind of look at my friends and stuff, and I'm like, bought the game for like $70, and it's only a DLC update. I find it to be crazy to me personally. If I was gonna get the game, I'm 100% not buying that at full price. Okay, it's gonna be on a day where it's on sale or some shit. I'm not doing that. But then I was watching a video, and then they mentioned Warzone being free. That does happen, and that has happened the last couple times. I was like, you know what? Why wouldn't that be the case now? And I'm like, well, essentially the guns that I would probably, because the same guns that are in there, they said that the shit would carry over, right? So what I'm thinking, get the free version of the game. My save data should still be on my PS5. I already got my guns, my skins, or things that are leveled up. And if they do carry over, I have no reason to use anything else. I don't care if something is exponentially stronger than what I use. I got what I got for free. I got the skins I want for free on my character and on my weapons. Ship out a free portion of Warzone. Why would I purchase it? Because I play Warzone. I mean, because of my friends and stuff, I'm not really the biggest fan of like battle royales. Period. To be honest with you, it's the game mode that one of my friends mainly likes to play or whatever the fuck. So when that shit comes out, more than likely, if they make it free and available, I guess I'll download it so that we can all play again. Buying that game, because obviously yes, you'd be buying multiplayer and the campaign and blah blah blah. You buying all this dog shit ass content. I don't think there's a single person on this planet that believes that Modern Warfare 3 2023 whatever is even worth $70 in any capacity. They've done what they said they were going to do to some degree. It should have had just an image change, a name change, and all that other shit, and we really should still be just playing Modern Warfare 2 2022 with just updated movement and updated, stuff in it. Like, to be honest with you, because that's exactly what everybody is playing. And then they bought it for $70. That's one of those things where you have to kind of take a step back and look at that and be like, so we basically just gave them money for them doing even less work. It's the same fucking game in the literal sense. I'm about to look it up right now. So this is recent. Yeah, this is, I was thinking like, because one of the parts that makes this very complicated is the fact that companies constantly keep trying to relive the glory days, like the way that they title stuff. They always want to rebrand it. They always want to get a reboot and a refresh. And it's like, do exactly the same thing that you did and just label it with different, lace it with different characters and everything else. Just make it a different fucking game. It's ridiculous to me. We're going in this direction of constant remasters, constant reboots. We've been doing it for a while now. Instead of just coming up with different characters and a different story, we just rehash the same shit and just try to either build more continuity on top of what was supposed to probably more than likely be an ending, or throw out the whole fucking story altogether. All that work that was done in years past, let's bring those characters back. Even the ones that died, let's bring them back so then they can die a different death. It made $30.71 million. Developed jointly by Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer Games. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 was a massive commercial success. It sold 6.5 million copies just in the first 24 hours. And as of 2020, it has exploded in sales for a total of 30.71 million copies. And this article was posted on November 9th, 2023. Modern Warfare 3 sales numbers during its 2023 launch were reported to be 25% lower than 2022's Modern Warfare 2. Soon after its release, Modern Warfare 3 officially became the worst related COD title of all time. Only impacted Modern Warfare 3's future sales since pre-purchases were mostly based on hype and trailers. I didn't even consider the poor fools who fucking pre-ordered the damn game. I didn't even consider those people. Man, that is about as unfortunate as my fucking NBA 2K22 gameplay that you're seeing on your screen right now. I say the 2K22 is probably a lot more fortunate than those people. Though you may have gotten a new game, a quote-unquote new game, you were fucked and there was no way for you to even know it. You couldn't even sit back and watch any of that. You were already doused in it. You was already doused in gasoline and you burned with it. While Modern Warfare 3's 2024 sales might take a hit due to the negative press it received, it didn't have the worst of launches compared to previous years, even though it should have. This was a year that people should have waited and seen. And one of the telling signs that we should have waited and see, we should have wait and see what was going to happen, was because of how Modern Warfare 2 2022 was, as far as like all the different game modes. Now I can't explain every little thing that was wrong. We generally know, those who have played it and those who have watched videos on it, those who have seen the game and understand like what exactly is going on, all should be like aware of how the game played and its flaws. I feel like that game was a telling sign to a potential fuck up in Modern Warfare 3 2023. Now I'm not sitting here saying I knew because no one knew. What is the point of pre-ordering it? So the Vault Edition, which was also in Modern Warfare 2, it had a different thing in it. I remember seeing this a lot before I uninstalled Modern Warfare 2 for like the second or third time. The premium Modern Warfare 3 version, and players who pre-ordered this title receive additional content, including Nemesis Operator pack with 4 skins, Ghost, Price, Makarov, and whoever the fuck Wharton is. Funny is Wharton isn't even somebody who's canonically present in the campaign. Because I've seen some videos on the campaign. I'll be damned if I play it. I'm assuming the 2 weapon vaults, you get weapons that are with skins and like they're basically bundles that come with those characters. Early access to the open beta and access to the campaign a week earlier than that was that too. So you get direct, like you get instant access to the dog shit early. One of the worst, if not the worst part of the game. You get that early. Those who pre-ordered paid a whopping $100. If I'm to understand that properly, they paid a whopping $100 to play a dog shit campaign that's like maybe 2 to 3 hours. This campaign with just missions, little objectives to do. Go there and do a thing. Go over here and do a thing. Go over there and do a thing. And then we'll just fade to black and we'll just say, hey, good job, man. That's $100. Then they kill off a major character in there too. Spoiler alert. They kill off a major character in there. You get that for $100 as well. Less than stellar death on top of that. How much was Modern Warfare 2? It was $100 again. Because Modern Warfare 2 did not do well review-wise. It's got a 2.6. It's a mixed bag, but there's more 1-star rating. There's more 1-star ratings than there are 5-star ratings. I'm gonna just go by and read some of these reviews. I'm trying to get a general sense of like those who did not play Modern Warfare 2 2022. Where were they getting their information from as far as them buying the next game? My general opinion of Modern Warfare 2 2022, I'm gonna try to be as brief as I can be about it. I'm gonna go game mode by game mode. Campaign, I did not play, but I heard that it was actually kind of decent. Multiplayer, I mainly played Shipment when Shipment eventually came out for 24/7 Shipment. Now, granted, when I played the regular maps, it was cool. I hated Team Deathmatch like more than I've ever hated Team Deathmatch, and like period. I prefer Domination or something along those lines, or just any mode that gets the other team moving. So that way we can just. That's the reason why I played Shipment a lot. It's a very small, compact map, and a lot of time frames I just want people to start running around and shooting each other. That's it, and that's essentially multiplayer for me. And then you got Warzone. Understand that I have a bias that works negatively against Warzone. Period. Because for the longest time, when I started uploading content on Warzone 1, keep in mind, before that happened, I hadn't played Call of Duty in like some years. For the longest while, I had like people, my usual group or whatever that I would normally talk to and everything else, they were telling me, hey, yo, you can, go and play Modern Warfare. Like, it's free and everything else. And I'm like, okay, Warzone. Then I see a Battle Royale description type of thing. And I'm like, I'm not about this. This isn't my scene. This isn't my thing. I don't like battle royales. I'm just being honest. I don't like battle royales. I never have, and I never really truly will. Have I had success in like Modern Warfare 2 2022? I mean, yeah, I've seen probably more than I've ever have. It was a relatively fun experience when I was playing the very first one. I ain't saying I miss all that crazy ass movement shit, because this is again another controversial opinion to me personally. I'm in between. I want there to be movement, but I don't want what was basically like the shit that was in like those earlier days, because that shit was way out of hand in my personal opinion. Not a fan of it. That type of movement. Okay, I'm talking about the niggas who put you in blenders. I'm talking about the computer niggas who fucking be moving at an unreal pace. I'm talking about the dudes with the like the quote unquote advanced movement, slack canceling their ass off. All right, you wonder, damn, bro, is your ass hot because you've been dragging across the fucking floor for like a good 20 or so minutes? So then I played Modern Warfare 2 2022. The movement is very lackluster. That game crashed on me so fucking much. A lot of those issues I posted on my channel. They're all like, a lot of the issues that I came across are all on my channel. That playlist that's called This Game Needs Work. I didn't upload every little thing, but most of the stuff that happened was basically on that playlist. And it was if I didn't upload it, if I still had issues, it was repeats of that same thing. Random crash here, dev ever there. Not a good experience. Not great. And I bitched and whined a lot to exhaustion. I genuinely complained a lot. Hated it. I can try and like when I'm going through some of these reviews here, I'll try and validate some of their points. And this is from like Don Cheeto with the Weedle. 1-star review. While 1-star may seem harsh, I would 100% stand by it, as I would equally stand by the illegitimacy of any 5-star review of this game. All 5-star reviews read like fake paid statements. If some reference real positive, e.g., some campaign elements or fluidity of some movement in some guns, etc., they are purposely doing so, omitting important and detrimental issues that undermine each and every good concept this game came up with. It released without Warzone in an unfinished state, with tons of bugs and games crashing, yeah, never starting, etc., losing party members, horrible user interface, the list goes on. Balance was absolutely atrocious in Warzone, particularly for the entire first season of the game. I'd argue for like the first like three, first season, second season, and third season. To be honest with you, I'd argue the entirety of it, like the all of it. I don't think there was ever a balance for it. Hell, the way that the game ended off, I mean, I would argue that the one-shot shotgun shit, put that in a video, almost completely forgot about that. In most cases, there's not much you can do to combat that. Just being honest. If you go into interior, you have to expect that the guy's going to come up with a shotgun. I remember there was a situation one time where one of my friends went down on a staircase that was on the original Resurgence map, again, Ashika Island, I think is what it was. He went down because we were in like the little shack area next to the beach. It was in like the final couple of circles, and he got one shot at by the shotgun thing. And I was like, man, I would go up there and help you, but I'm not trying to get one shotted too. So I'm not like it went down right in front of me. But I was too far away to immediately push without him finishing the reload in, like, because I think it was you shoot once, you instantly have to reload or something like that. So when that happened, I was like, oh well, because I ran at first and then I stopped. I was like, wait a minute, he did just get one shotted. It was like I'm not trying to end up like him. My entire team has died. Like, we were on a good run, and my whole team gets eliminated by this one-shot shotgun because 3 people on the same team were using it, and they killed all 4 of us. But back to the review. And multiplayer has a multitude of balance issues and conceptual issues, like the incentive for horrible, unfun challenges and zero incentive for winning or even staying in the game. I think that's more of a multiplayer thing than anything. I mean, that's just the game in general, but that's really multiplayer. There is no point for winning the game. One of them was us losing 250 to 9. And I'm like, we were losing like that, and like, you don't hear me nor my friend commenting on that. So like, it's just, we don't really care. Even back in the day, winning the game was just more like a consolation prize, really, to be honest with you, for like bragging rights, if you cared enough about it. Because who cares if I win or lose? Who cares? Because there is nothing to incentivize people to win. You can't really do camos all the fucking time, because then you'd run your art team into the ground trying to come up with a camo to win each and every single time. And one, it would more likely, because you have to think about the amount of matches that you play with regularity. You're not going to come up with camos or anything like that. You can't really come up with any real reward for it. For every game, for you to win it, to incentivize you to win. No, maybe a certain amount of games per week for like a weekly challenge thing, what they've done in Modern Warfare 3 2023, sure, but it's only going to last for so long. Once everyone has all the rewards or they have what they want, you go right back into the cycle that was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2022, which is, who gives a fuck if I win? I'm not here for that. Who cares if I win? Who cares? And it's just something that I don't think you can bring it out of them. You can't really bring that out of people no more. I wonder if someone would hear what I'm saying and look like, well, why don't they just give a consequence to like those who leave, kind of like with like 2K, where it's like they'll ban you potentially if you don't play. First and foremost, do not ever do that. One of the main reasons why, that they shouldn't do that is because one of the main examples I can give you is sometimes you'll get thrown into a lobby that you did not cause it to go awry. Okay, and there's a reason why you're joining the lobby on a team that's getting its ass beat. Because everybody who was in that lobby realized that they were getting their asses beat and said, no, I'm done. I'm tired. I'm sick of it. Get me to another lobby. Or they just got off the game. Going to basically throw you in there. And guess what? Now you're getting your ass beat. Or you're a part of being a statistic. Like, I can't tell you how many time frames I would get thrown into a lobby and there's already a chopper gunner in the air. Listen, if anything, it's a mercy rule. It's mercy, bro. You got it. You won. You technically won. Because like dog, people like when enough of those people quit, the game is essentially over because nobody wants to play in that lobby. Those who stay, I truly don't understand it. There are certain boundaries, a certain line that cannot be crossed in order for me to stay in the lobby. Sorry, I'm just being honest. They just cannot be crossed. And sometimes the game will have the audacity to throw you back into the same lobby. Stop it. I left the lobby for a reason. But you know, they'll do it anyways because they don't give a fuck. Things that are not hard to use and extremely frustrating to play against are easily rewarded. Things like riot shields, shotguns, specifically the KV broadside. Yeah, I really can't argue against that in any regard. My sentiments are essentially the same. Maps are awful, spawns are awful. Yep. Not to mention the game feels as if it was never tested on any level, and this would appear to continue for every update. Many features did not work that could have easily been fixed if tested a single time. I'd argue that these games go through testing. It's just, are they going through proper testing? Like it's like when you it's like equivalent to like when you say you went to the gym, but like okay, so what did you do at the gym? You see what I'm saying? It's like it's not the same thing. Like I would imagine they got tested. I would imagine almost every game, if not every game, especially from AAA titles, get tested. They just probably don't go through proper testing. They don't really go through the full rigmarole. You know what I mean? I don't know how long testers can truly test out games at one single time, but I would imagine they can test out stuff for at least a day. You know what I mean? And even within that day, how can you know what I'm saying? How can you get all the bugs? How can you get everything, right? Maybe if they themselves tested it, you know what I'm saying, and test out the different features and stuff, maybe they could actually like find majority of the bugs. I don't know if they play their own game. I know me, if I created a game and I played this motherfucker and I was like, yo, this is some bullshit. You know, if I made a game and I'm like, I'm not happy with what just happened, I don't feel like what happened was fair. Like I would be like, nah, I gotta fix this. We're blessed with like things like content creators in some regard. Those, you know, and not the influence, not some of the influences that they hold. Okay, I feel like they hold too much power in the communities nowadays, but whatever. More so specifically with them uploading content, exposing some of the bugs, exposing some of the things that are too easy to use, balancing issues. That's is just one of the ways. Hell, you can argue that content creation within itself is basically testing the game in a lot of different ways. That's the time frame for developers to be looking at these videos and understanding like, okay, well, what the vast majority of the player base is experiencing was this our vision when we made the game. Say is I don't think that they ever truly just don't do anything about it. It's one of those things where like I compare it often to 2K, and I'm sorry to use 2K a reference a lot, but I mean at the end of the day, I started out mainly, you know, playing basketball, 2K gamer, whatever. I feel like they want to work on the game. In order to fix it, they may have to break something, or something is at risk of being broken, which could just make it ultimately worse. So now they have to do a compare and contrast thing where they sit there and decide to themselves, is it worth fixing this thing at the cost of breaking the rest of the game? Obviously, you know, if they do a patch and then that patch breaks something, oh, you know that content, you know that negative press and that negative content is going to come out. And it's like they just did, and it may just be an innocent little mistake, an innocent little fix, and then we're gonna blow it up because we're in that day and age where anything negative is basically a profit margin of this game is ass, this patch broke something, whatever the case may be. And it's going to be an extended long video and all those things matter because they shape the opinion of the game. They make some people play less, they make some people play more on that stuff and maybe get their few clicks or whatever the case may be. All of it, the whole nine. Okay, and all it was them trying to fix the game. You see what I'm saying? It's like everybody's treading on such a thin line, and there's no like on a very short leash. Not completely defending all of them, but I'm just saying, like, I can only imagine being a game developer, and then you know that, well, if we're teeter-tottering on that decision on whether or not should we fix something or should we leave it alone at the cost of like the public press of the game and people wanted to actually come back and play it, is it worth it or not? I can only imagine being the decision maker for that. It's easy to be in my position or someone like a regular, like just a consumer, and just simply say to yourself, yeah, I'd make the decision. I mean, we can just like, if we mess up, it's whatever. But you have to understand that that stuff affects, it does affect sales to some degree. It does affect the public opinion of the game and everything else. Overall, I think my disappointment almost makes me wish people would borderline boycott the game until further notice. People will never do that for a video game. Like maybe this game, I can't enjoy this shit by myself, but maybe I'll be able to enjoy it with my friends. They'll influence them to buy the game just simply for that reason. Like it doesn't benefit either one of them, and it just basically makes the company more fucking money. Modern Warfare 3 2023 should have been boycotted in every sense of it. Okay, like people like it should have just been like if it had to be something that sold 20 or 10 or so dollars. I don't know, but it should not have been $70 for a DLC. But what's more egregious than it being $70 is the fact that people bought the game for $70. This should have been one of the worst selling things for like a AAA title to ever come out in the history of gaming. This is what this should have been because that's how minimum work was put into that. You know what I mean? Like the multiplayer, yes, it looks fine, it looks great, it looks updated and everything else. People, I'm hearing some mixed bags from Warzone from when people kind of beta tested it in the early stages, and the campaign is absolute dog shit. Majority of the game, it looks essentially the same. The fact that people sat here and bought it for $70 when essentially it's the same game in a literal sense. And I actually wonder in some regards if buying Modern Warfare 3 2023 like and never touching Modern Warfare 2 2022, buying Modern Warfare 3 would that actually would be worth $70 for someone if they just bought that game but did not buy the second one, if you catch my meaning, because they would be getting all the content from Modern Warfare 2022 and they'd get all the content from Modern Warfare 3. Obviously, it looks bad on the fucking on Sledgehammer and all and Call of Duty, the Call of Duty franchise in general. But it really looks bad on like the consumers, bro. Like it really like you really gotta like look into like some of the dumb shit. And I wonder if there are reviews of like 'cause you know how people review companies all the time. People need to review people and what people have purchased and the dumb shit like that. It's all out there. So for new people, there's really no excuse. For the returning people, there's truly no excuse because you already played Modern Warfare 2 2022. You heard of them saying basically it was a DLC. You probably watch YouTube videos, so you've heard content creators say this essentially looks like it's going to be a DLC. If they can get away with this, there's a reason why microtransactions exist in their worst form, especially in AAA titles. Just always remember that. It's things like this that are the building blocks for why it is that the gaming industry is essentially in a lot of different ways. Our favorite franchises in the past kind of don't like stuff as much as we used to.